Hey everybody, this is Perch. Predator is back at Marvel. Now you might say, "Hey, I thought the Predator was actually at Marvel." I remember reading some of those comics. I could swear there was a comic called Predator that was a monthly comic. Well, you're right, there was, and I don't have Joe here to torture, but basically, there was a Predator comic. It was by Ed Brisson and Kev Walker. Kev Walker, who really, I mean, he's done a lot of things, but I'll remember him from some of the Murder World stuff that he did, but also the Thunderbolt series. I thought he was really good on that. Anyway, there was a Ed Brisson Kev Walker series, which Marvel has now dubbed a 6-issue limited series. Don't quite remember it being listed as a 6-issue series when it was launched, but I guess it was always that way. We'll just kind of forget that anything else was true. Anyway, in March, they are going to be relaunching Predator with a brand new #1. The current Ed Brisson and Kev Walker series will conclude in late January. So, it's basically another one of these. We had a series, and then we're going to cancel it, and then we're going to start a new one with a new #1. Now, who's writing this? Well, it's Ed Brisson, so it's the exact same writer. In this case, we're bringing in Nitho Diaz as the artist. In this case, we're not doing a brand new story set in a different era or time period or anything else. This one actually is bringing Theda Berwick, who is the protagonist of the series that's currently running, as the protagonist in the new series. So we'll do a brief time skip a la One Piece, but unlike One Piece, it's unlikely to be popular. Sorry, that's too far. Too far. Anyway, the solicitation says, set on a predator game preserve planet far from Earth, 8 strangers find themselves being hunted by 3 distinct predators using vicious skills and alarming expertise in distinct and terrifying ways. But the predators are not the only hunters on the planet. There are other hunters, including, I suppose, Theta, who is out for some revenge. So prepare for a brutal, carnage-filled adventure that will turn everything you thought you knew about predators on its head. Shit. Okay, anyway. Sorry, I say it that way because, damn it, no, do not turn everything on its head. Just work with the formula. Jesus, how hard is this? Anyway, the Ed Brisson says, as a lifelong Predator fan, ever since seeing the first at the drive-in theater at too young of an age, writing the comic has been an absolute dream gig. I've been thrilled at the fan reaction, how I've been able to bring Theta into Predator lore, a badass hunter we haven't seen since Dutch took down the Jungle Hunter back in 87. Yeah, okay. My only problem with our first series was that it was over too soon. Yeah, ours too. Thanks, Ed. I needed to write more in the universe. Thankfully, we're coming back with incredible newcomer Nitho Diaz on art to tell a tale that ties into film continuity while breaking new ground. We got a new cast, new Predators, huge surprise in store. If you've read and enjoyed our first series, you are not going to want to miss out. Okay, well, the question goes to you. Are you going to miss out? I'll spare you too long of the obvious, which is why in the ever-loving hell did they not just do an issue 7 and keep going? And the answer to that is they want the sales bump of a #1 and some variant covers and other things in the mix. But my question goes out to you, the fans, the collectors, the people listening to this right now who are picking this up, which is this. Why are you still buying into this sucker game of variant covers at this point? Why? Why in the absolute world are you doing this? Do you realize, by the way, publishers, speaking to you now, that you don't have to relaunch the series as a #1. You can actually do variant covers on any issue, and you do a lot of the time. And I would also add that, you realize that you could take this a step further by doing variant covers, and hell, why not variant interiors? Why not splash pages that are different? You really want to do something collectible, make a couple different splash pages for the comic and then sell the same format. I mean, this is a horrible and awful idea that is absolutely giving the finger to comic readers everywhere, but why not? Fly that finger. Go ahead. I mean, who's going to stop you at this point? Look, I'm enjoying the series. I wouldn't say it's my favorite series. I do like the Kev Walker art. I do find the Theta angle slightly, I don't know. I don't find the character particularly interesting. I mean, is it on par with, the both iconic and one-dimensional Arnold Schwarzenegger role from the first film? I mean, sure, I guess it is that. But it just irritates me that we're going to start this over again. And I really have to stress this right now. Comic shops that are struggling to stay open and struggling to even convince themselves that they want to carry new comics have steered. We're in a recession. Whether you believe it or not, no matter what the politicians tell you, we are in a recession. People are saving money. And so a lot of comic customers have their pull boxes and they put a comic in there. And when you relaunch it as a new number one, a lot of comic shops, hoping to retain the business they can, often tell the customers, hey, do you want to keep collecting this title? Generally speaking, and I could say so as experience of a store owner, when you tell a customer, hey, would you like to keep collecting the title? 75% of the time they say no. If you just shut the fuck up and say nothing, they often keep collecting the title because they don't want to be bothered to really examine their pull list. A lot of people buy comics a lot longer than they should because they simply don't want to go through the effort of, managing that list. And by the time they pull the comics out of their box and look at them at the register with kind of a sheepdog expression, thinking, I really shouldn't be buying all these things, but I don't want to be the douche who hands back these comics after I've had them reserved for me. So I guess I'll just buy them and take care of this next month. They don't take care of this next month. So one of comic publishers, one of the absolute ways that you decrease sales for both the comic shop and yourselves over time is you keep relaunching this shit, especially now during a recession when comic shops, again, are finding lots of reasons not to have the comics that are new in their stores at all anyway. When you relaunch it, you are forcing that conversation between a shop owner and a customer of, hey, do you want to keep collecting this? And in a lot of cases, customers say no, and you lose sales. If you just send out the issue number 7, do your time skip, do everything else, change the artist, whatever you have to do, hell, get creative with the front. Don't relaunch it, but put the number 7 up there, and then under that, say season 2 or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't care. Doing that is likely going to keep you with pull box customers and keep people coming in, particularly since a lot of comic shops are migrating to this new world where they are just, selling to collectors, meaning they're not even keeping new comics on the shelf as much anymore. That is your audience. It absolutely sucks that you find yourself here, but that collector audience is your market. That's what you got. So don't fuck it up by relaunching it constantly. Anyway, I wish Ed Brisson the best of luck. Predator's an interesting character. Please, for the love of God, do not reinvent and change everything we knew about the characters. The last goddamn thing any of us want is that. We just want this character that's kind of sneaky, sinister, a super alpha killer that is wandering around, causing mayhem. That's what people want to read. Comics are an absolute ideal place to tell these kinds of stories. Don't get in here and suddenly reveal they're actually all vegetarians and they're only doing this for. Don't make them space cowboys. Just let them be mysterious, threatening killers. Every bit of revelation into their backstory and history and all that kind of stuff takes away the mystique and hurts the character. Don't do it. But publishers, please, for the love of God, stop. You are taking dollars out of your own pocket. It's for your own good. Thanks for listening.